You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. Hurricane Michael may have been the third most powerful storm to ever hit the United States, and now more than 1 million people are without power from Florida to Virginia, and the death toll is rising.
Natasha Chen gives us a look at Mexico Beach, where Michael made landfall as a Category 4 storm.
Massive flooding, demolished infrastructure.
Roofs are gone, houses are flattened, trees are everywhere.
A trail of devastation from Florida to Virginia. A diminished Hurricane Michael moved out to sea as a post-tropical low Friday morning, but not before delivering a final blow to the storm-weary Carolinas and southern Virginia.
During Michael, we saw wind gusts of almost 70 miles an hour in the Outer Banks, rain totaling almost 10 inches.
The destruction the storm left behind is now coming into focus.
Unfortunately, we're still not through all the rubble. It's going to take us a while to get through it, and people are not going to be able to return home.
Several coastal towns in Florida are left unrecognizable, but almost none more so than Mexico Beach, ground zero for Michael's wrath.
It looks like a war zone.
Residents who rode out the storm left in shock.
This has been, I don't even know if I had the words to describe it. It's been the worst nightmare I've ever been through in my life.
With limited cell service,
Brandy, it's Dad.
People are slowly getting in touch with loved ones.
If you would just post that on Facebook so everybody can see it, that we're okay, that we can't get any signal.
And starting to figure out just how to get on the road to recovery.
Are you guys going to make it?
I hope we're going to make it. I feel we will.
In Mexico Beach, Florida, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
The more you see those photos, I mean, it doesn't really sink in yet how, there's nothing left in many areas.
It's devastating.
Yeah. Let's get now to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, and as we say sayonara to this, at least for the United States, right, Bob?
Yeah, for this one, it's gone. For the U.S., it's going to be continuing off toward Europe, but it won't be a tropical system, but it will be a pretty strong low pressure area as it heads toward either France or Portugal or even Spain. But for us, it's over in the Atlantic now, and it continues to head off to the east, northeast very quickly at around 30 miles an hour, but not before just devastating parts of the Panhandle and the Southeast, even in the Southeast Alabama, Central Georgia, and throughout the Carolinas. Again, here it is, the top winds now actually increasing. It went down to 50 last night at 11 o'clock. Now it's up to 65 miles an hour as it's over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream. And I'll be showing a map and show you that the water temperatures have cooled a little bit in the Gulf, but this cold front's going to help a lot in terms of shutting down at least a lot of the energy there in the Gulf. And you can see the forecast path and track of where Michael, at least the remnants thereof, is going to be heading. Well, here's the report I wanted to show you. This is the new map of the FWC's red tide sampling. And you can see all the areas from Charlotte Harbor through Charlotte County, Sarasota County, just one area showing very low concentrations there in Manatee County. Low concentrations still right there near New Pass, and then again up near Longboat Pass, some low concentrations, very low on the north end of Anna Maria Island. This is kind of concerning though. In Pinellas County, they're still showing high concentrations and medium concentrations there with some dead fish being reported. We can only hope that it stays this way. We'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, things have stirred up a little bit as a result of the heavy wave action. What we're looking at too is a cold front that has made its way through, drying us out and cooling us down. Won't last long. I'll let you know how long coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thanks, Bob. Manatee County School District's North River High School has not even opened, yet some community members are already demanding the school be renamed. The school is under construction in Parrish and set to open in August of 2019. ABC 7's Jackie Kelly is live after talking to community members who say they weren't heard during the naming process. Jackie?
Taylor, during the original naming process, the district says that it received more than 270 recommendations. The school board then decided on the name North River High. But through a lot of pushback from the community to change it to Parrish High School, the board has decided to reopen the naming process.
When you mess with Parrish and you mess with the people at Parrish, we're a small, sleepy town, but you can wake us up really fast. And you have.
Parrish Civic Association President Gretchen Fowler says that when deciding a name for the new high school, she feels like the school board didn't listen to the community. Fowler says the name North River is generic and doesn't identify the school's geographical location.
We were surprised when we heard that it was named North River instead of Parrish High School. So everybody got together, we got a petition, we got people to show up to meetings, got t-shirts and said that, you know, we want to be heard. We want you to listen to the community for which you are representing as a school board.
And the school board recognized the pushback.
School board members listened to that, and they have made a decision to open up the naming process or to go through a renaming process for that school.
School district policy mandates a 6-month process, during which community members can submit names through mail, email, and in person. The district will choose a name when the process ends in February.
We'll have a public hearing during that board meeting, which will be set aside. People can come in, you know, talk about the names and so forth that they're nominating, and then the school board will make a decision that evening. But even during that public hearing, we'll still be accepting nominations.
Now the district says it will be hosting a public meeting at Buffalo Creek Middle School on October 24th to talk more about this renaming process. They say so far they've received about 70 different recommendations. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jackie, thank you. Happening in Florida, Fish and Wildlife officers responding to reports of a mother and baby manatee trapped in a canal near Three Sisters Springs. FWC officers say the mom and the manatee calf gained access to an enclosed canal system from high tide due to the Hurricane Michael. Crystal River Refuge staff helped with capturing the manatees and then releasing them into Kings Bay. FWC says during hurricanes, manatees may become stranded or trapped when rising water may flood areas not normally used by manatees. When that water levels then recede, manatees can become cut off from their connection to that main water body.
A year after Hurricane Irma ravaged Florida's citrus industry, growers are on pace to slightly surpass their production from 2 years ago. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced today that 79 million boxes of oranges are expected during the coming season, a 76% increase from the 45 million produced last season. That crop was ravaged by Hurricane Irma, and the industry is still suffering from citrus greening, a disease that kills those trees. The forecast is only about a third the size of the typical Florida orange crop of the early 2000s.
Northport High School's athletic director is trying to raise money for the school's athletic department. Tony Miller started the Bobcat Market, and it has been held every Saturday since late August. Miller says it's a way to not only showcase the school, but also bring the community together. The market makes its money through vendor fees, and then all of it goes back to help the school's teams. He hopes in a few years that money will pay for uniforms, equipment rentals, and help students continue to take part in their sports programs. Great weather for it tomorrow, too. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how Hurricane Michael and other disasters can have a lasting toll on the children's mental health.
And a look at the storm's impact on the U.S. economy. Stay with us.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Strong storm, the trees are down and the lights are out.
No air conditioning, no refrigerator.
I get how strong the storm was, but I need my power back.
We get it. We don't just work for FPL, we're customers too.
After a storm hits, restoring power safely and as quickly as possible is our #1 priority. That's why we never stop preparing. We have the best resources in place so we can be ready to respond in good weather and bad.
Storm season is here. We're ready. Are you?
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hurricanes can bring more than just high winds for the littlest members of your family. With how to help your child cope with stress in times of crisis, here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
If a storm is approaching, you know what to do. Board up the windows. Have an emergency plan in place with gallons of water and canned goods stocked. As we're rushing to prepare for an impending natural disaster, it's possible to overlook another need: the mental health of children. Anxiety, uncertainty, and fear is running high for the adults, and it's magnified for our kids. On a typical day, 10 to 20% of children and teens have a diagnosis of an anxiety or anxiety-related disorders. It's actually the most prevalent mental health condition in kids, and therefore is an essential part of emergency preparedness. Here are some simple tips to help your child cope during times of crisis. Share age-appropriate information and encourage questions. Silence could be a stressor. Teach your child breathing techniques. Offer encouraging validation with a phrase like, "I believe you can handle this." Limit media exposure. Experts say they probably shouldn't see their hometown destroyed on TV. And don't be afraid to ask for help by involving friends and family. Children take their cues from adults, so make sure they know you are on their side, even in a crisis. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Casey Key taking you to the beach there with the red tide not showing up at all with the latest sampling from the FWC. We have that posted on our Facebook page as well as mysuncoast.com. A beautiful sunset tonight. Go out there and enjoy the nice sunset occurring just after 7 o'clock tonight. We are looking at a nice chilly start tomorrow morning, a lot cooler than you have had over 140 days of temperatures above 70 degrees. Cold front, Cindy Desmond captured this shot, the leading edge of the front, moving on through. And normally when a big cold front comes through, these are thunderstorms, but there wasn't a lot of moisture to work with. Also, it's not a very strong front, but it's strong enough to bring us a noticeable difference tomorrow morning. In the afternoon even, we'll be comfortable with the low humidity. We'll still get up in the mid to upper 80s, but for the most part, it won't be that hot. It won't feel that hot. Some big storms with that front along the East Coast now, where they had a little bit more moisture around. West Palm Beach, some showers, some storms near Pompano Beach, and not much along the West Coast. It's been quiet here throughout the day, and you can see some clouds even tonight out in the Gulf. That's because the water temperature here is still around 83. And the air above it is going to cool and condense and cause some low clouds to be around out there in the Gulf, but we'll see clear skies here. And even tomorrow, you may notice a few clouds offshore, but should see a lot of sunshine tomorrow and throughout the day on Sunday. By Sunday late, though, we're going to start to get more of an easterly wind back in with us. That north wind will move out. That will start to moisten things up a little bit, and you'll feel that humidity coming back more so on Monday, though. So a comfortable evening tonight if you're going out. The high school football action should be a beautiful night for football. 74 degrees By 11 o'clock tonight, just a few clouds around. And here's a look at Saturday's forecast. In the 60s to start things off. In most areas, the beaches will be right around 70 degrees, but you'll notice that even if you're in the low 70s, it's going to feel nice because of that dry air. And then we'll warm up into the mid-80s by 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine around and a comfortable day in store. The water vapor imagery showing a lot of dry air still right over the top of us. That's that front that continues to hang to the southeast, and then the flow becomes zonal. That means it's moving more west to east for most of the nation, and that means we're going to see this front kind of weaken pretty quickly as far as the air mass is concerned, and that means a warm-up expected on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll be back into summer for the most part with the high humidity coming back into place, and also the possibility of a few afternoon storms. Well, Michael's gone off the U.S. now. It's in the open waters of the Atlantic. Nadine's getting beat up by Shear, and Leslie, we don't really care too much about. It's been just floating around for the past couple of weeks out there. The next named storm is Oscar. If we get there, Oscar and Patty, if we get a strong cold front in the Gulf of Mexico, you're never going to see anything like Michael out there because the water temperatures Michael moved over were into the mid to upper 80s, and that just was the excessive fuel that storm needed to intensify as fast as it did. 85 degrees right now. The high today warmed up to 85. 86 is our normal. We're below average. That's a rarity. We haven't seen that very often. And low this morning was warm at 76. North winds for boaters tomorrow, and it'll be around 10 knots. Seas will be 2 feet. The water temperature at 84 degrees. UV index will be high tomorrow at 9. And the 7-day forecast, there it is. 30% chance for showers late in the day on Sunday. Should be good for the chili cook-off at Morton's. And then 20% chance for late day showers on Monday. Starting to warm up, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And yes, summer returns pretty quickly with showers and storms around. Now, as far as fishing goes, didn't get a chance out there because of Michael, but some folks did. Captain Rick Gross is up in Manatee County near the Manatee River right there, fishy business, catching that huge snook, and that was released. Obviously, Captain Trey Dietz also releasing this nice big redfish. He said the fishing was good prior to the storm. It's always the case. Before a storm arrives, fishing just is off the charts. And Brian Marcy catching a lot of different fish there you see in those photos. There's some nice mangrove snappers he got to keep, and that was some breakwater charters. Appreciate that. And I want people to know who are coming back down from their summer hiatus up north. If you're a fisherman or angler, remember that we have now a new executive order. So you can't keep snook, you can't keep redfish either in that area of red that you see right there. And that's simply because of the red tide and all the stress that was created as a result of that red tide and killing all the juvenile fish and juvenile snook. They want that to replenish, and so the governor has put this in as again, a reminder for folks that this goes from Collier County all the way up to Pasco County, and it's in effect, get that, until May 10th, 2019. Back to you.
Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now we're seeing some traffic in the Bradenton area heading both north and south over the DeSoto Bridge. So pack your patience and get home safely.
A devastating storm slammed southeast farm crops for the second time in weeks, and back-to-back plunges for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This week threw a lot at the U.S. economy, but what does it mean for your household? Karen Kafa shows us the potential effects and what might be ahead.
When Michael slammed into Florida's Gulf Coast Wednesday, it wiped out homes, tourism, businesses.
I've been in the printing business for 40 years, with my son for 20 years, and I just don't know what to tell you.
One early estimate put Michael's damage to private property alone between $13 and $19 billion, and officials acknowledge recovery will be long.
This hurricane was an absolute monster.
The storm also halted about 40% of oil production in the Gulf. But with domestic production already pretty high, analysts don't expect Michael's disruptions to result in a gas price hike nationwide. Michael inflicted more pain on southeast farmers. Cotton and livestock in particular took a second hit from heavy rain and flooding after Florence just last month. The state of Georgia says their $23 billion poultry industry lost millions of chickens, and that Michael's winds were tough on pecan trees. The Trump administration has pledged support.
I want to assure all those looking on that we're going to continue this government-wide effort to help Americans in the city and on the farm.
Michael wasn't the only variable this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 800 points on Wednesday and another 500 points Thursday amid investor concerns about the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. Higher interest rates make borrowing more expensive, things like mortgages and credit card debt, and that can drag on consumer spending and corporate profits. The Fed trying to keep inflation in check and a strong U.S. economy from overheating. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Stay with us. Your entertainment news is coming up next.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Know your land, know your prey.
Saturdays at 5:30 and Sundays at 2 on the ABC7 live stream.
In entertainment news, another soap opera for Fleetwood Mac.
Lindsey Buckingham is suing his former bandmates now after he was kicked out of the group. Earlier this year, the guitarist-singer was told the band was going to tour without him. He says he's ready and willing to take the stage and, as a result, should be paid his fair share of the profits. Fleetwood Mac has had its share of bumpy moments over the decades. Buckingham and longtime girlfriend Stevie Nicks ended their relationship in the late 1970s. Around that same time, bassist John McVie and his wife, keyboardist Christine McVie, divorced. Despite those two breakups, all four remained in the band with drummer Mick Fleetwood. Shortly after that, the group released its legendary album Rumors, which has sold more than 40 million copies across the world.
The hologram of rehab singer Amy Winehouse is set to go on tour late next year. The announcement was made recently by Amy's father, Mitch Winehouse, and bass hologram. It was met with mixed reactions from fans saying the tour would, quote, tarnish her legacy and exploit her. Winehouse's father calls the tour a dream. The worldwide tour will help raise money and awareness for the Amy Winehouse Foundation, which aims to prevent young people from misusing drugs and alcohol. Winehouse passed away in 2011 from alcohol poisoning. She was 27.
At the box office this weekend, get ready to go to the moon. The critically acclaimed Neil Armstrong biopic, First Man, debuts this weekend, and it'll likely top the new releases, tracking in the $20 million range. Ryan Gosling stars in the main role of the film, which tells the story of NASA's mission to land a man on the moon. It focuses on Neil Armstrong in the years 1961 to 69. Based on the book by James R. Hansen, the movie will explore the sacrifices and the cost on Armstrong and the nation of one of the most dangerous missions in history.
Now, a brand new primetime talk show is coming to ABC, and the host is bringing his unfiltered, provocative interview style to television. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez gives us a preview of the Alec Baldwin Show.
ABC.
He's best known for his acting performances.
Always be closing. Always be closing.
On the big and small screens.
Why are you wearing a tux? It's after 6. What am I, a farmer?
But now Alec Baldwin is taking on a new kind of role.
I'll see you at the show.
Okay. On the Alec Baldwin Show, he'll sit down with celebrities for one-on-one interviews. No studio audience, no live music, just in-depth, unfiltered conversations.
The goal is to make them feel comfortable enough to get into the long format where you really let it breathe and it's less canned.
The show is modeled in part after his podcast called Here's the Thing. In the upcoming premiere of The Alec Baldwin Show, he sits down with legendary actor Robert De Niro and actress Taraji P. Henson. Network executives saying Baldwin's distinctive interview style and extraordinary ability to draw out never-before-told personal stories coupled with a newsworthy roster of guests make for a captivating hour of television.
I'm hoping people are going to sit there and go, my God, I didn't think Sundays could get any better, but here we are. I can't go to sleep until I have one last dose of Alec. I have to see him Sundays at 10 o'clock on ABC.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I like him a lot. His podcast I listen to on occasion. You know, when there's the guest, interest me, and he does have a really different interview style. So I'm anxious to see if that will carry over now to the show.
Have you seen his impersonations? They're spot on.
You'll see him on Saturday Night Live this year too, doing our president. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gattle's got it. Conquer your next adventure. Get a new Jeep at a great price during Jeep Adventure Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com.